What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel or if you just need a reminder, for the past 15 days I have been on an all-natural, unprocessed whole foods diet. For the past 15 days I've eaten no processed foods, no refined carbs, no dairy, no gluten, no added sugars, none of that stuff. Completely clean whole foods diet. So now today is finally the end of that 15 days. I'm going to share with you guys the results of what I found happened to me over the 15 days eating that kind of diet. Now before I get a bunch of comments about this, I know that 15 days isn't really a huge sample space to kind of like figure out what a clean eating diet would actually do to your body. Any of the results I'm about to give to you are specifically for me, first of all, and also specifically for only what would happen in that short amount of time. If I was to stick to a completely whole foods diet for a longer period of time, say a month or 2 months, I may have different results. But the results I'm gonna give to you right now are only specifically for about 2 weeks of doing this kind of diet. So I've got my sheet here. I kind of wrote a bunch of notes out. Let's get started. So to begin with, gym performance and overall energy may have actually been worse. The past 15 days, my workouts have really not been that great. Like, my energy has been down and I haven't really been able to get into it in the gym. Granted, that may not have anything to do with this clean eating diet that I'm on. It may have to do with other factors surrounding my life, but my performance in the gym has definitely not gotten any better over the last 15 days compared to before, but it may actually have gotten slightly worse. And overall, during the day outside of the gym, my energy wasn't really good either. Like, I kind of just felt sluggish a lot of the time during the past 15 days. It may not have had anything to do with my diet, but for the past 15 days on this diet, my energy, my time in the gym really was not as good as normal. Second, skin. In terms of acne and my skin cleanness actually has not gotten any better over the past 15 days. You might even be able to see I've got like pimples there and pimples there. It may have even gotten worse over the past 15 days. Again, that could just be my skin going through a cycle of I have just random pimples that pop up every so often, then they die down. But over the past 15 days, I kind of expected my skin to clear up just a little bit from not eating dairy and not eating, having all that extra gluten and sugars and all that kind of stuff, but really my skin did not clear up at all. Digestion. I saw no difference in my digestive system. Like, I've always really had digestive issues, but I've been okay for the past recently, and I didn't see any difference in that at all. I didn't have better digestion, I didn't have worse digestion. It was really no difference. My weight actually went down at the beginning of the 15 days, but that's because I started off this thing in a caloric deficit, trying to figure out how much food I could actually eat, how much food I had available to me. I kind of had to get into it. So the first couple days, my calories were low, so I actually dropped 2 pounds. But then I got to kind of like a maintenance level of calories, and my weight stayed the same throughout the rest of the 15 days. What it really comes down to is just your total number of calories, so it doesn't really matter if you're eating like super clean foods or if you're eating not so clean foods. As long as, like, if your total calories are the same, it's not gonna affect if you're at that maintenance level. Your weight's pretty much gonna stay the same. My physique, however, actually I think looks a little better now than it did 15 days ago. I think the cause of that being I'm not eating as much sugar. I don't have as much sugar in my diet, or all like the saturated fats and that kind of stuff. So I think even though my weight dropped, it dropped like 2 pounds, maybe that was just water weight, honestly, but the weight's been pretty much the same as it was 15 days ago. But I think I might look a little bit better than I did 15 days ago. Lastly, hunger. I actually feel less hungry than usual now on this clean eating diet than I did before on the diet that I was on before. I feel like eating clean, you get a lot more volume for the amount of food that you're eating. Like eating a lot more vegetables, fruits and vegetables, and like complex carbs. Your food isn't as dense, so you can get a lot more food for like the same amount of calories. So I felt like I wasn't as hungry all the time. And actually, right now, by the end of this, I'm not craving like sugary sweet foods as much as I was before at the beginning of this, when I had like really bad cravings for like sweet food and like all that kind of stuff. I think also what this did is I had a lot less options of food to eat. Like I had like a list of foods that I could eat that really, like, eating non-processed, gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, there's not as much food that you can eat. Like I didn't have as many options, so I was very limited to the amount of food that I could actually like eat if I like went into the kitchen and I was hungry. I really didn't have as many options. I only had like clean food options, so that caused me not to overeat. Overall, positives. Number one, I just felt better about myself. Just knowing that I was eating clean, healthy foods and not just like eating a bunch of junk just honestly made me feel good and feel better about myself. Number two, I didn't feel as hungry, I didn't have as many cravings, and I kind of just got a little more volume and less dense foods, and I didn't have as many cravings for sweets and all that kind of junk food. Number three, I didn't experience any kind of like headaches or crashing from sugar, because the only sugar that I consumed was from fruit, which is like natural sugar. So I didn't consume as much sugar, and I didn't have as many like headaches and crashing and the negative effects from sugar that I was experiencing before. And lastly, my physique maybe looks a little bit better than it did 15 days ago. Negatives, I saw really no improvement, or maybe negative, in gym performance, energy, and skin clearness. All in all, the message that I want to get across to you guys here from like my final, what I got out of this was not that clean eating is bad. I don't want to say that clean eating is wrong, that you shouldn't eat clean foods, because of course, like I said, this was only 15 days. Maybe if I did this longer, I would have saw better benefits, and I would have gotten more from doing this. What I'm getting out of this is find what works for you. Find what fits your lifestyle. Maybe clean eating is great for you. Maybe that's something that's convenient for you. Maybe that's something that you see a lot of benefits from. Maybe you enjoy eating, you know, some processed food, something a little more fun, for lack of a better word, from time to time. Maybe that just works better for you. But really, you have to find what works for you. You have to test things like this. You have to do like a 15-day diet. Try clean eating. Try if it fits your macros. Try different things and see what works for you. For me personally, I've had a lot of success with if it fits your macros, being a little more flexible with my diet, being able to enjoy things that aren't necessarily whole foods and all natural foods. And I've been able to get away with that and have a lot of success with it. So it's something that I will stick with. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe clean eating is great for you. Maybe if it fits your macros is great. Really just find what works for you, what fits your lifestyle, test things out, and go from there. Hope you guys got something from this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.